Hello students, welcome back to our science class. Today in our science class we are going to learn a new lesson, unit 3. Before going into a new lesson, shall we revise the last week portion? Yes, the last week, unit number 2, states of matter. I am going to ask you, what are the 3 states of matter? Very good. Solid, liquid and gas. So learned the textbook too. So how did solid, liquid and gas and the changes in states of matter, the melting, evaporation, freezing, condensation. Very good kids. And the materials used for heating, isn't it? The fuels, solid fuels, gaseous fuels and liquid fuels. Now we are going into a different topic called force. So students, rush and take your textbook, take page number 93. So I hope you all taken your textbook, isn't it? Simple movements and action. In our day-to-day life, in our daily life, we are doing some action, isn't it? Now also you are holding your mother's mobile phone and watching our online class. You are sitting, walking, running. So these are our day-to-day life. This action is representing the movement. It is a change in position. The action is the motion, which gives the required result, isn't it? So what is motion? Motion is very simple. When an object or thing moves from one place to another. For example, you are throwing a ball. What happened? The ball moved from one place to another. That is called as motion. You are walking from one room to another. So motion is done. Moving is called as motion. And the main topic is force. Do you know what is force? Force is nothing but a push or a pull on an object. Friends, now I am going to play a small video about force and friction. Watch the video.
Force and friction. Force. Look, is the ball moving? No, the ball will move only when it is pushed. A small push will move it a short distance. A large push will move it farther. Thus, when you push, you move the thing away from yourself. Now, look at this trolley. It will move only when pulled, or else it will remain at its place. When you pull, you bring the thing closer to yourself. Thus, we say a force is a push or a pull that is exerted to move things.
Students, hope you have loved that video, isn't it? So from that video, you can easily understand that force involves an interaction. Force can lift or drop an object too. You are taking your school bag. That means you are applying a force on a school bag. So you are lifting. So lifting an object. Without force, we cannot move any object. Without lifting your bag, you can carry your bag? No. Without moving your legs, you can walk? No. Likewise, force is a push or a pull. So, students, shall we see what is push? When a force is applied in the direction of an object, it is called push. You are directly applying. That is called push. When you are applying your direction in the opposite direction, and it is said to be pull. So the best example, you are pulling a wooden box, your suitcase, and for push, pushing your car, isn't it? Pushing a button, switch, etc. And the effects of force. You are applying a force, and what are the effects it happens? And energy is needed to apply a force. There must be an energy to apply a force, isn't it? You are playing cricket. What you need? You need an energy to bat, isn't it? To play the ball. Force help us to do the following things. Force can change the direction. How it change the direction? Two boys are playing the shuttlecock. How it reaches the other boy? If you push from that side, it will reach us to another boy. So force can change the direction. Next, force can change the speed also. For best example, you are cycling with your friends. No, you are applying a force in very speed movement. What happened? It changes the direction. And force can stop a moving object. A ball is coming very fastly. You stop by a leg. What will happen? It doesn't roll down. It stops. Best example is a football game goalkeeper. When he stops the ball, what happened? The force is stopped. So force can stop a moving object. Force can change the shape. How force can change? Take a water bottle. Just hold a water bottle and squeeze it or hold it tightly. What will happen? The bottle crushed. So you can easily see the change. The shape of the bottle is easily changed. Likewise, force help us to do some things. What are they? Force can change the direction. Force can change the speed. Force can stop a moving object. Force can change the shape. So hope you have understood up to this. And now we are going to know the types of forces. There are so many types of forces. First, the major division is of two types: contact force and non-contact force. So students, I am going to play a small video. Watch that video carefully.
But we can also categorize force depending on whether a force is resulting from a contact between two objects, or there is no contact between two objects. Now let's see what our contact force is. Contact force is the force in which an object comes in contact with another object. They also direct forces. Examples: pushing a car, pulling a rope, opening a door and closing a door, kicking a ball, running a bicycle. In all these examples, force is being applied and there is a contact between two objects. Only then the object moves. You are not opening the door without touching it. You are not kicking the ball without touching it. Examples of contact forces are friction, normal force, tension. Let's learn what are non-contact forces. The forces that move objects without coming in contact with the objects, or they are invisible forces. That is, it is a force applied by an object to another object, which is not in direct contact with it. So they are called invisible forces. Examples: gravity. A force that causes a pencil to fall on the ground is gravity. It is the pull of the earth that causes the pencil to fall on the ground. Leaves fall from the tree to the ground. Why? Because there is a pull from the earth. Another example of non-contact force is magnetic force. Here is a pin. Now, bring a magnet closer to it. The magnet attracts the pin. That is, the pin is moved towards the magnet without any contact between the pin and the magnet. So there is an invisible or non-contact force acting here. More examples of non-contact forces are nuclear force, electrostatic force. So kids, today we learned about forces. Now,
You are going to watch a video about friction.
Force and friction. Friction. Early man accidentally discovered fire by rubbing two flint stones together. While doing so, sparks were ignited. The friction between the stones created the sparks. Now, rub your palms together. First gently, quickly and hard. Do it for 1 full minute. Your palms became warm when you rubbed them against each other. The harder you rubbed, the warmer they got. The friction between your palms made them warmer. The word friction comes from a Latin word which means to rub. When two surfaces come in contact with each other in such a way that they rub or chafe against one another, friction occurs. When the base of the thing being moved and the surface on which it is moving are smooth, less friction is generated. But if either one is rough, or in some cases both are rough, far more force has to be applied as friction is greater. Do you know, mountaineers' boots have spikes as ice is slippery and the friction is very slight in regular shoes. Thus, in our everyday life, we see many examples of how force and friction play important roles in everything that we do.
If you have enjoyed this class, students, I will see you in the next class. Thank you.